how to go from this to this. How do we learn it? You guys, you want to know how to get your sweet shots where they're 3D from Blender back into Flash, from Flash in the first place? Well, let me show ya. First of all, we're gonna make a new thing on the thing, then get yourself some sort of building template. Not a template, let me just walk you through it. I'm gonna go search for a grunge texture, and then I'm gonna go to the images. I'm gonna see one that I like. It's just gotta be dissonance. It doesn't have to be actually interesting. Just like, this one will work. Yeah, that's slick. So you go in here, paste it up. Gonna do a bitmap trace. Trace. Put it at like 50 big blocks. Oh yeah. Oh, that's yeah. Okay. So now, turn on the hotkeys. Go to the thing. Scale it up. Spin it a little bit. Something like that. Okay. This isn't what I did for the thing that I just showed you in the example, but this is something that you can do to make yourself, give it that like cell shaded, vectory looking kind of thing. Now you need to make your building template. This is important that you don't mess it up. So make the height and width of the thing. You want to have this as an outline. Delete the fill. Why didn't it do the thing that it's supposed to do? Take those, something dark. Okay, turn on snapping, you're gonna need that. Go over here. Put it like this. Make 4 of them. I'm holding shift while holding alt, and it's duplicating, and it snaps. Doesn't have to be perfect. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, looking good. Now you need to make the roof and the underneath of the building. So I'm gonna just copy all 4 of these and paste in place, and then scale it up like this. It's got to be somewhat longish. Well, if it's square, then it has to be the thing. So say you wanted a building that was longer than it is wide, then you would take this, move it over, bring these, scale it like that, get it a little bit to the right side to seal off the edge, and then you would have to copy all 4 of these, move them over here. Oh, come on. Okay, delete that, put a line from there to there. Oh. And from there to there. And then you gotta take this side length, rotate it on the 90, put it up here, duplicate it, put it here, and then you take this one and bring it up. It's pretty easy to figure out how to do this part of it. The next part is the tricky one. Okay, scale it down, copy all of this, and then put it underneath. So you want to have some windows, you're saying. So you're saying you want to have some windows. Well, get some windows. How about a light yellow? Not a circle. A square. Good. Okay. You know what? I want blue windows. Reflecting the sky. Yeah, that's better. So evenly space them apart, you know, roughly. It doesn't have to be perfect. Then you can just select them all, make them a symbol, kind of center them a little bit. Move it down. Hold Alt to duplicate. And then put a door on your building. Like that. Cool. Take all of these windows, put them on the back of the building as well. So it's like a hotel situation, no door on the back. Give your roof like an edge so that there can be a little lip. Make it a symbol, drag it over, copy, paste in place, rotate 90 degrees, put it down here, maintain the height of it, alt scale for the width, duplicate it upwards, put it on the top, Okay, and I think we might just be sitting pretty. Oh, put a little graffiti on the side here. Tablet pen, put some sweet, whoa, my driver just had to like start existing all of a sudden. Go to this mode, and I get BEP. Yeah, somebody was doing hardcore graffiti on this building side, and they wrote my name because I'm an OG. That's original grapher. Making bars every day. Get my plot scatters all the way. And if you want to make it look like it has a shadow on it, then just shade the side that would have a shadow on it. Fill some large gaps. Ooh. Not doing what you want it to. Don't give up all hope. Just go to the layer that the lines you're trying to fill in are on. Make it black, make it that much. Yeah! And then make the bottom of it really dark. Not filling for some reason. See if this is on multiple layers. No, it's there. See, it was just being stubborn. It wasn't actually not working. And then do like a half shadow for the back of the building. Half. Alright, so now that you've got this set and done, you're gonna export the image. That's file export image, and go to wherever you want to go. Let me just go to pictures. We're gonna call this building schmilding. Good. Make sure to put it as a high resolution. Go to your minimum image area if you're doing it the way that I just did it. 72. How about 120? Yeah, that's probably pretty HD. Cool. So now I go into Blender. Now it's time to make a new blend file. You're gonna start like this. Go into cycles, and then take your cube, your center cube, move it up. If you don't know how to use Blender, I have a how to use Blender tutorial. Get rid of your light, take your camera and put it somewhere off to the side. Gonna go in here. Alright. Gonna go into the edit mode. Go to faces, stretch it so it's basically the same shape as the building you were imagining in your Flash thing. Select all with A, and then scale on the Y. Oh, I'm on my Flash hotkeys. Scale on the Y. There. Maybe. You'll see it in a second. Alright, so go up to the top right corner of your 3D window on these three little lines. Split the view. And then go down. Get rid of T. Go down to the change the whatever it is thing in the bottom left of this new split view, and go to UV image editor. So you've got 3D on the left, images on the right. The way the UV image editor works, you move around with middle mouse, you scroll in and out with scroll. The same. Everything in Blender kind of uses the same general hotkeys. This is a way that you can look at images and look at texture mapping. So they don't exist at the exact same time. You can have an image here that isn't the texture that's on this thing. So it's kind of random. You control what image you're seeing by down here, and then you control what texture that your stuff has by the properties. So don't confuse those two. Also put it to GPU. If you don't have that, watch my Blender thing. So go to the Textures tab, make sure your cube is selected, and then use nodes, because we're on cycles. If you create a texture or an object when you're on Blender and then you switch to cycles, it'll give you the option to use nodes. Put it as emission for the texture, and then under the surface menu there's a color option. You go to the little dot on the right side of it, go image texture. You're clicking this dot right here, image texture, and then you just go and find where you saved your thing. Mine, oh dear, I hate navigating files. It's scary and confusing. Okay, Bepler, pictures, pictures. I called it building schmilding. Building schmilding. Sweet. Alright, so now you've applied a texture to your cube, but you won't see anything until you render it or you go to material view. So in your 3D window, if you go to this button right here down by the information tab, material, now you're looking at that thing that you had, but you can't really see it because you haven't unwrapped your box. Now remember how I did my seams? I did seams. If you take this cube and you try and rip it apart, it'll be very difficult because it's welded at every single edge. But if you tell Blender where you want it to not be welded together, where like if it was paper and you were folding it up, you would have tape, you can select these edges, go Control Tab and then select edge, right click it, and then you're going to go mark seam. So under the T menu, T, you go to the shading and UVs, and there's this button for marking a seam under the UV section. Hit that, and you're on your way. So I unwrapped it so that all along here is seams. So let me show you how you do that. You put one there and there to cut off this section for the roof. So you mark seams, and they'll turn orange once they're marked as seams and selected in red when they're not. And then let's call this face this face. So I gotta put one here and here and here. Oops. So here. Oh, this one is the one that I was just referencing. And then there, mark it up. And then since I cut the floor off as well, I gotta do these ones. So there and there. Bam. And then if I'm not wrong, this should unwrap properly. Yeah. Alright, so select all with the A key, and then use the U key on your keyboard to open the mapping pop-up, and then just hit basic unwrap. It won't say basic, it'll just say unwrap. And then watch over here. When you do, bam. Check it out. Looks exactly like what we got in Flash. Just rotate a little bit. You can hit R and then 90, or actually, so it goes, when you start to rotate it, it goes clockwise. If you want it to go counterclockwise, you type -90, and then it'll go the way that you need it. And then S to scale. So you already have the texture on here, and it's already unwrapped. You just need to see the texture, like see how Blender looks at it, so that you can figure out how to map it. So go to your UV image editor at the bottom, and then you don't even have to open the image because it's already in your Blender file. It like has it in its cache. If you click this button off to the left, it'll show you all the textures you've loaded in the entire Blender project. Click the one that is the building schmilding, and now it's just a matter of lining everything up to give you what you need. So first, I'm going to scale the X so that it'll line up like that. Scale, scale, scale. Good, good. Doesn't have to be perfect, especially because this is just a quick tutorial. Now I'm going to scale the Y properly. Jeez, I think I did that exactly perfect. I just happened to get these faces the right width, but for you it might be something like this, and you might have to hit Control Tab, go to edges, and then move the edges over. But I actually did this like I wish I hadn't. Control Tab will get you this window. Islands are like the entire thing, and then faces are like the enclosed shapes. Islands are like if you have multiple objects inside of your single object and you unwrap them. Okay, so select all, scale it on the Y to make it fit. Hit G, and then you can hit Y to move it up and down. Okay, S, Y, dum 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 dum. Okay, this is awesome. I didn't make it perfect. So if you ever have this situation and you need to fix it, you do the edges, you grab it, G, Y, scale it down. And if you want to see this all happening in real time, you can go back to object mode and go to the material view, and you can see your direct changes to the thing as you move your texture map. Okay? So grab this, G, Y, and if you want to see what that's happening, look at that. There you go. And now we're pretty much good. Just look for anything that's wrong. Look at here. See that? That's this line. So if you hit Alt and then right click this, well, it doesn't do exactly what I was hoping. Just hit right click it and then shift click all the others, and then GY, move them down, and it'll fix that. Okay, we are well on our way. Bep, where's Bep? Ah, there it is. Next, you're done with the UV image editor because now you have completely texture mapped it. You're in the right position. Grab the 3 lines at the top of this 3D one. Oop, not that. I'm sorry. Get rid of that. Drag it to the right immediately. Don't even start to drag left a little bit. Now you're all 3D all the time. Get back into edit mode. We're gonna extrude these windows. How do we do it, FlashBepler? I'm gonna show you. Goodness me. Just hold on. First we have to make the roof thing sunk in. So go in here. Shift tab faces. Here's how I do it. Hit I on your keyboard when the roof is selected, and that's gonna inset. It's a function in Blender. So then you just move it around and click it once it's good. Now you have a new face in the center, and you can hit E and move that down. Super easy, super fast. And now you got your little roof edge. And then if you go here to the front, you can, now this is something that's integral to Blender using in general. It's called loop cutting, and it's used to split stuff down the middle. It makes an edge. So just hit Control R and then hover over the face you want to do it somewhere around the edge at the center. And then you left click, and now you're in the mode to move your loop cut around, but it's going to skew your texture, so don't freak out. It's going to do this. But what you want to do is right click it, and it's going to, so once you've left clicked and you're moving it, if you right click, it'll place it in the immediate center, the point equidistant from both edges. Right click and then go down to your loop cut options, and you have to do this immediately after you right click. Go to correct UVs, and that's going to keep it from doing that awful thing. Hit G twice while the loop cut is selected, and now you're sliding it, and you are cooking and ready to go. Everything I just said was super important, so don't mess it up. So now with your loop cut selected, and if for some reason you deselected it and you're like this and you want to get it back, you just alt click it and it'll select the whole thing all the way through and through. So Shift D will duplicate your edge loop, place it with left click, and then move it over. So now I'm gonna hit Shift Alt and select both of these at the same time. Shift D, move it over. Shift D, move it over. Shift D, left click, move it over. Sorry, I wasn't saying the left click earlier. And now you're on the track. Now Control R again to start another loop cut. Bring it up here. Control R, bring it up. Shift Alt click the other one. Duplicate, click it. You know the drill. You're basically just bringing some edges to your scene. Okay. Now I'm gonna do the windows before I do anything else. So if you go into the faces option, it's down here, or Alt Tab. Something's wrong. Something FlashBepler did messed up, but that's okay. Ooh. Am I doing a silly, you guys? Am I doing a goof? Let me try redoing that edge loop. It might have been because I duplicated it and then moved it a little bit. I think this one's gonna work. I'm just gonna redo all the vertical edge loops real fast. You know what? Do it this way. Do it this way. That's Control R, and now, oh yeah. All right, so select all your faces. Ugh, FlashBepler, why are you lying to us? I'm not, I swear. Oh, this is messy. This is mess. Don't like this. FlashBepler. Okay. If you ever get into a pickle like this, don't freak out. Just alt click your edge loops. Delete them. Just completely dissolve edges. Or just delete edges. Hit X and then edge. Don't freak out. You're gonna freak out and things are gonna go wrong in a 3D program. Just do Control R over and over. Maybe there's something that I missed when I was duplicating stuff. I did it last time and it worked, but just to be safe, do Control R over and over again for your windows. I know there's a faster way to do this, but this is the safe way. Okay, now go to faces. Grab them all. Okay. Hit E. Bring them on in. A looking snap. And then over here, same thing. I know it's not perfectly lined up, but it's not the end of the world. This is a tutorial. Not a commission. Alright, those are great. If you want to add some character to your building, maybe do Control R, and grab these center columns. Some buildings have these right here. And then if you hit E, and then click it, and then S, and then Y, you can bring out these kind of middle bits. Make sure they're positioned correctly. That's kind of neat. And then look at what it does when the material mode is on. Ooh, you got like this center column out on the edge of the building. Anyhow, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all you needed to know. I didn't do the door. I could do that real fast. Just use that Control R loop cut. I'm gonna go in and fix this kerfuffle. Just bring that on in. Delete these two edges or faces. Alright, grab the door. Ooh, I gotta put a couple more loop cuts in here. It may be sloppy, you guys, but it's okay. Just bring it on in. Grab all these. Delete the faces. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. FlashBepler, more like BlenderBepler. Am I right? So you put the camera with Control-Alt-0 on the number pad. Make it a little bit wider angle. And then give your thing a transparent background. You can do a moving camera. You can do other things too. How do I go to transparent background? It's right here. Okay. It's on emission, so you don't have to worry about anything else. Just hit F12, and there you have it. You want to crank that resolution? Crank it! My goodness, FlashBepler. This is so... And then save as image. Put it on the desktop. Call it the Fribbita 4546. Go to Flash. Come on in. And look at your final result, gentlemen and ladies. Where is it? 4546. Yeah! It's that easy. Nobody is stopping you. Thank you for watching. FlashBepler out!